Just to give you a complete explanation of what AIP stands for, MIP stands for, it's Art is Power, Music is Power. We really started it because we want to support street artists and we want to support up-and-coming musicians. I work as an artist. I also work as a musician, singer-songwriter. I'm working on an animation called Suffer Club. So this is a great avenue for us to, show things that we're working on, me as a company, Third Culture Creative, and all the amazing artists and talent that work with me, and also to feature some really amazing artists. Tonight we had some awesome performers, and actually every time we do this we have some awesome performers, so we've gotten really, really lucky. I feel blessed and really supported by such great talent that have come out to support this.
My name is Dane Toole. I started writing graffiti here in Washington Heights in 1977 under the name Army One. In 1979, I started writing Dane Toole with the crew The Nation Squad right here out of Washington Heights. I was only about this tall because I stretched my hand as high up as I could to get my feet.
We're going to be showing more of that, the animation and so forth later on, but we're going to get to some of the other events that are happening tonight. And Amy J is going to be singing first, but before we do that, actually, I want to mention to anybody who doesn't already know, it's actually Izzy's birthday, so...
Alright, so this is for everybody who has a birthday this month. I'm going to dedicate this first jam to you. This is a young lady right here whose birthday it is. Please wish her a happy birthday, everybody. And when I say art is power, we're going to show y'all what that really is tonight. You ready, DJ? Alright, you can start that over. This song right here goes out to everybody in the world. This is my gift to you. Wishing you a happy birthday. Can I know the volume? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. If it's your birthday, this is the song you play. If you want that perfect day, don't let no one take the joy away. Make a wish on your birthday cake. My name is Eunice, pronounced Eunice, spelled U-nice. I have to stress that. It stands for qualities about myself and things I'm striving for as far as life and in the music business. U is for unique, N is for nice, I is for incredible, C is for creative, E is for excellence. I'm a musician. I'm definitely a songwriter. I'm a rapper. I'm a producer. And I'm working on my album. It's called The Art of My Life. Please be looking for it. We haven't picked a date for it to be released yet, but it's in the works. Every song that's on it is something that you can relate to, whether you're a male, whether you're a female, whether you're a child, whether you're an adult. And I kept it clean because I didn't want to limit the music. And that's what this is about. Art is power, and, it's a big part of my life. So I want to express real music. I feel like a lot of music nowadays has lost the essence of healing. And I feel like that's what type of music I want to do. I want to do music that's going to elevate people's minds, their hearts, and just lift their consciousness. Well, I've been singing for 10 years, and I've been playing the guitar for about 6 months. I've been playing the keys for 3 years. I've been producing for 3.5 years, and I've been rapping since 11 years now. So.
Great. So the shirt that I'm wearing is, as you can see, it's Art is Power, Music is Power, which is the event that has been going on tonight. The shirt came about by Izzy Church. She was looking for a design that she wanted to put onto a shirt that she could, get out for the musicians and some of the people who were coming to the events. And so she actually designed it. She came up with the concept and worked with it for a good period of time, went back and forth with a few of her creatives in the company, and this is what she came up with. It was a few different designs, and it was on a white shirt, this black shirt, and I think she did a beautiful job. So you can see here, art is power, music is power. And it's got all these letters, and it's a microphone as well as a paintbrush, which represents both the musician and the artist.
Let's hear it go. Yeah. Y'all ready? I try to take the stress off my heart and my head, so I take the time and put it in my artwork instead. I craft the verse and put my hurt in the message, give my struggle to the beat and let the music digest it. No matter what you do, hey, I can do right all day. If you see a problem, send it right my way. I'll maneuver the rumors, I leave the beat to the butcher, I'll put a key in the woofers and get it.
I've been rapping since I was 17. That's about as long as I've been doing it. I mean, it came from, I used to be a dancer, and at dance practice, I used to beatbox for everybody to dance a lot of times, or to rap battle often, more often than that. And so eventually they pushed me to freestyle, and the first time I freestyled was the moment I realized I had to rap. Performing live is the best place to get feedback about your music because people's faces don't lie, you know what I'm saying? So people's reactions you get in real time, you could see what parts of your song really impact the audience, and you can see what parts fall flat. So it's one of the best places to learn about yourself. I met Izzy through my boy Pierre, who DJ'd the event tonight. And Izzy, was always working with music with Pierre, and she actually did an interview with me for Vandal magazine first, and that's when we really started connecting and communicating. And she asked me to step out and do for the AIP MIP event with the Ronald McDonald House, and I told her I'd be down to do it, and I had a great time doing it. And this time the turnout was even bigger, so it was a great event. So I just dropped a project called Oblivion on June 28th. I would like to say, it's lyrical, it's conscious, it's it comes from like a deep set of morals that I have, and just like I try to produce music that I feel like talks about something that the world can relate to. I want to put it over a beat that really hits, and and it's over a catchy melody so that people can listen and play the stuff in the car and then hear the message afterwards and be like, you know what, that was actually really dope. He's really talking about something. So you can check me out on SoundCloud, /Madison, SoundCloud.com/Madison LST. LST stands for Light Skin Trouble, so you don't forget. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Madison LST, and you can find me on YouTube. Just search the same thing. MadisonLST.com. Had to say that.
A portion of our proceeds are going to Ronald McDonald House, which helps children with cancer, and a lot of the children are being asked to come over to New York because wherever they live, there's not the support that they need, not the medical support that they need. So they're being brought over here where they can see the best doctors. So we feel really good about that we're able to support that and help that, and at the same time, give some props to some amazing singers and performers that are here.
I'm just daydreaming. New York City is getting to me. I'm gonna be free.
Have met the performers various ways. I guess some of them I've worked with. There's people that I've worked with as a singer-songwriter. I've worked with and collaborated with certain artists, and then some of them has been just through the grapevine. I work for a magazine called Vandal, which is a music magazine. I write for that, so I've really tried to stay connected to the up-and-comers and see what they're doing and be a part of that world because I enjoy it so much, and I So that's one way, and others are collaboration. It really depends. Sometimes it's word of mouth, sometimes it's a collaboration, sometimes I just get lucky and I meet someone walking down the street who says, "Hey, I'm a singer and check out my music." It really is random, so you can really never know. It's New York City.
Because they say they want the bars from yo, I'ma whip them up. They put my brother behind bars and took over a million. They locked my nigga behind bars though, because he needed him. Yeah, he wanted him. Yeah, he needed him. Million. There's no ways to get money, there's no ways to go rough, there's no ways to get pussy lies, there's no ways to get smart. Swagging and ragging and laughing about shit that I always imagine. I talk like Tony, swag like Johnny, walk like Billy D. Tab is 10, I'm tipping 50, that's just silly me. Giuseppe, they see the Giuseppe's I'm wearing. I look like a douche, I gotta get proof I'm real, Megan the parent. So I love it, I laugh, I'll get shit away and I'll kick you for nothing. But if I ever get fucked up, my nigga, I'll kill you for front. And my Giuseppe's and honest.
Hi, I'm Louis Schwadron. I go by Sky White Tiger. I'm a musician, producer, performer. It's my thing. It is kind of a mix of more like a rock and an electronic and a soul. It's like those are the three parts. So soul music, rock music, and electronic music all together into one sort of fantasia. I'll call it, Michael Jackson, Marvin Gaye, Radiohead, Pink Floyd, Peter Gabriel, David Bowie. I mean, it goes all over the sonic map, but I think it's just anybody that has the confidence to put something out there. I mean, it goes to Aretha Franklin, people that are just proud to lay it down and then just it's about what they're doing. It just that for me is the most inspiring kind of music to. Izzy and I have known each other for years actually through various. She's got some project, some movie thing. I auditioned for some movie as a singer player in one of her bands, and had sang some of my own songs. And I think they realized I needed to be performing in their shows instead of acting in their movies, and so it's kind of that's how it started. But I always support whatever she's got coming up. Seems like there's always kind of an interesting mix.
My name is Pierre, aka Benoit Rebel, and I'm a producer, I'm a photographer, songwriter. I definitely love helping Izzy. Izzy's a good friend of mine, and definitely want, especially the Ronald McDonald House. I try to do anything I can do to help out, and I just love DJing. I mean, I could be in my room by myself. I can do it all night, so it's really nothing. DJing, I've been doing it. I've probably been producing a lot longer. I've been producing for about 14 years, and DJing has just kind of been a sporadic thing for me. I've done it for maybe 3-4 years. So I've been doing photography about 4 years as well. We do fashion. I'm actually shooting with my girlfriend. We're kind of a photography duo, and we shoot fashion. And we also go to different countries and do photojournalism. And we're going to be putting up our website, me and Sarah. It's lovinphotography.camera. And then I'm working on, me and Madison, who you spoke to earlier, Madison LST, we're working on a production duo called Phil Jackson. And we have some remixes coming out really soon. We have some, people behind us, and we're going to start pushing our music probably in this next couple of months. Me and Izzy worked on a movie. We were both in a movie together. And we, just by working with each other, we ended up doing, she needed some production for her cartoons. And then I started doing voices for the cartoons. I did a few voices, which was amazing. I would love to do that as well. I just, you try to center yourself. You have 4 different things going on. You just want to narrow it down. But that's definitely something I love doing as well.
All right, so it's our job to try to make you shake your hips. Maybe you get up out your seat, on your feet. We're gonna play all kind of vibrations, some reggae, some hip hop, even some Latin vibes. So this is for all the beautiful mommies in the building. This song's called "I Stimulate You." I said "I stimulate you." Check it out. Just One time.
Peace. My name is Adeo. I'm the MC for Universal Rebel. In my daytime, I'm a philosophy professor, and at night I switch gears and I spit some rhymes and try to keep peace and love. We've been rocking for like 8 years. We're all doing our own individual bands, and we kind of formed this collective of band leaders, and we said we wanted to do some new style, reggae and hip hop, and do something with a positive vibe. So we've been rocking now, like I said, 8, 9 years. It's been a minute. Most of us, we go back, we grew up going to the same school. You know, over the time we got a couple new members, but we mostly grew up together in Jersey. And then a bunch of us moved out to Jersey City, and then we got a couple new musicians from Jersey City, and you really can't replace growing up with people and knowing them for a long time, that love, that camaraderie, that solidarity. So, man, live is our thing, man. We are a live music band. We got many pieces. So we have violin, we have two keys, bass, drums. We have a horn player who wasn't here tonight, percussion, and so we love to put on a live show. We give a lot of energy. Like I said, we get a lot of positive vibes, and tonight was awesome, man. The people were great. A lot of artists who, you know, I love building community, so it was dope. It was dope. Well, you know what? You know, Damian Marley's got this song called Jam Rock, and I think that's a good way to describe what we do, because we really play a lot of hip-hop and reggae, so, but it's with a live band. So I really would consider it like you take a live band that jams out like Fish or something, and you mix that with like some conscious flow like Common or, you know, Talib, not the, you know, near as nice as them, and then you put it together and you get our version of Jam Rock. Oh man, you know, they say pain makes the best art, and we've all been through so much. It's been a struggle, it's been a journey, so we really derive like just real life experiences. And personally, like reading philosophy and teaching philosophy inspires me a lot. Just tonight I was at the new school, I saw my hero Bell Hooks. So people like Bell Hooks and Cornel West, and, you know, writers like Richard Rohr, and even back to like Plato and Aristotle. I mean, I just try to put it all together and try to give people something they can feel, man. So check us out. We're at universalrebel.org. We're also anywhere you can hear music. YouTube, Facebook, you know, iTunes. Anywhere there's music, you can check Universal Rebel. We got a new album coming out. It's called Universal Peace, Universal Justice. I like to say everybody's crying out for peace, which we want too, but nobody's crying out for justice. So we're trying to put them both together. Yeah, well, I want to give a shout out to AIP, MIP, Ronald McDonald House for having us out here. And just really shout out to all the artists in the world. Keep making art, keep bringing positivity and creativity and love. We're trying to bring love, love, love back. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, you can go to Third Culture Creative. That's the 3RD Culture Creative, and you can check that out. And also, please check out Suffer Club. That's SUFFER Club.com, which is the animation that we're working on. Either place will direct you back to check out what's going on with AIP, MIP. And we appreciate all the love and support that we get from all the independent artists and anybody, really. We really just, you know, anybody who's into music, into street art, into independent artists, you know, doing what they love to do, this is for you. This is for you guys to come and support them. Also, Ronald McDonald House. Thank you very much for coming here tonight, and everybody, please come out and check out AIP, MIP, because we're nothing without our audience, you know, here. These performances, they feed off of the audience and the fans who follow them. So please come out, be a part of this, and thank you.
Hey, what's up? I'm Malik O. Smith. I'm an animator for the Suffer Club. Animation, my first summer job, I was like 16. They were making this cartoon that pitched to Mayor Bloomberg. I don't think you ever saw it, but that got me into it. It introduced me to Adobe Flash, and from there, I learned the program on my own, and I just taught myself how to animate. Also, I watched a lot of cartoons back then, so, you know, a lot of inspiration. Dragon Ball Z, that was like the biggest thing I ever watched. Anything else, like anything you see on Cartoon Network, Ed, Edd n Eddy, SpongeBob, all that stuff like that just inspired me to do like action-based and comedy type animation. Izzy, I was randomly searching on Craigslist, you know, for an internship opportunity while I was in school, and her name came up. We talked and we worked something out. So now I work for her as a freelancer. Yeah, I have my own individual projects. You can check all my stuff out on my website, www.malikosmith.com. I'm also on Tumblr and Facebook and all that. You can find all my work.
Wow, there's a lot of projects that we're working on. We've got the television animation Suffer Club, sufferclub.com. There's also a television show, Even the Bigger Apple, that's being developed. There's a couple films that are being developed. One is called Even the Bigger Apple. The other one is Letters to Ganesh.
By Enemy. I'm a graffiti writer for 22 years in New York since 1992. But I'm an MC and a producer as well. These days I make my living off the artwork, but doing underground hip hop shows for a while and shit with all of the circuit, you know, all New York cast and shit over in Berlin and Amsterdam, but mostly all New York shows, whatever. But just running with the whole underground culture for 22 years, basically, you know, through New York hardcore punk scene to hip hop, graffiti, all that, you know. It's all interrelated, you know, all New York shit. Growing up, shit, you know, before I can even remember, I was humming some kind of tune or whatever. I was breakdancing when I was 4 years old. You know, before I even really, you know, music is something that comes over you. You hear it, you know, and it's going to inspire you. You know, it moves certain people in a way that, you know, you can't really describe. So for me, it was always a part of my life in one way, shape, or form or another. So I do live instruments, I do production, all that. And music and art always kind of ran on parallel tracks for me. So with hip hop, you know, there was always the music, there was the dance, there was the graffiti, everything, all the four elements, the DJing, you know. And beyond that, you know, there was just music in general of all different styles, from funk, blues, metal, all that shit influenced me, you know. Performing live, I mean, all depends on the venue and, you know, what you're doing, what kind of style. I mean, everything kind of has its own kind of feeling to it. If you're doing a hip hop show, if you're doing, you know, playing in a blues band or a hardcore punk, I mean, I played all different styles. You know, hip hop's been one I've been doing, you know, predominantly. But, you know, back in the day, it was, you know, it was fucking hardcore music, metal, all types of shit, you know. So all that has different feelings, you know, different intensity, you know, different venues, different time periods, you know. So me personally, I'm a 90s dude. I love that 90s shit, you know. So classic hip hop, 90 to 96, old 80s stuff. I mean, I was born in 79, so you know, old 80s stuff, early 90s, all that golden age kind of stuff, you know. And then, you know, as far as hip hop was concerned, late 90s kind of was like the beginning of the Silver Coat, Sean Puffy Comb era and all that kind of cheese that came in, you know, so whatever, you know. Me personally, I like thinking about eras when I could actually put on the radio and listen to some dope shit that Clue or somebody was spinning, you know, just, you know, whatever, Stretching Armstrong, you know, Stretching Barbito or whatever, you know, and killing, you know, the halftime shows, you know what I mean? Like, you used to be able to turn on the radio and hear some fly shit, and now it's kind of, you know, obviously it's been long since it's been the case, so hopefully it'll go back to that though, you know? You can't see it anywhere now. You can see my art on Instagram on just NMEONER, Enemy Warner, and you can probably check out, it's probably got a link to some shit, you know, somewhere along the line, but there's no SoundCloud, there's no Reverb Nation. I haven't even been on the internet with music since MySpace. So back in the day, it was Uncontrolled on that shit and all that, and you know, I bowed out of the whole music scene for a minute, and then I just make my living off all the art shit now, you know? Well, I'm a graffiti writer, so the background comes from doing all street work, you know? Started with 92, just doing all letters and all that kind of stuff all throughout New York and New Jersey, and basically led into doing commission stuff for bars, clubs, photo shoot backdrops, do murals for like residences and shit like that, but at the same time you still keep it street and do all stuff for, you know, the culture and stuff for yourself, more importantly. You know, you can't, every time you want to make a move, it can't be for money, you know, so you get into it because you have the love for the culture, not because you want to make $1 million. You know, it's great if that happens, you know, but at the same time, you're not trying to sell your soul, your integrity of what you're trying to do in the process. So.
I'm Brandon Olson. I'm a photographer. Tonight I'm working with Izzy. I've been working with Izzy and Third Culture through the whole series of events, really trying to capture the experience that we're having here, bring all of these artists and musicians together. I'm really in here to get as much of the set to everyone else as I can. I really want to share all of the benefits of what we're doing here, of sharing each other's art, and of using that art to drive everyone's ambitions to do good. And that's really why we're all gathered here for Ronald McDonald House. Professionally, I've only really been doing photography this year. Started a few months back, but I've been doing it really all my life. I really got into it mostly in middle school and did a lot of documentary projects, some design projects. I try to immerse myself in all visual arts as possible. and this is just the one that's sort of followed me through my entire life. It's really whatever feeling I'm having in the situation. I can't really take a picture of something if I'm not feeling what it's going to communicate. So I'm really just trying to digitally preserve the experience that I'm having. And I think what makes a photo good is if other people can relate to that experience. People can see my work on the Third Culture Creative website. That's 3rdculturecreative.com. All of our photos from the event are going to be up there, as well as from previous events. You can also check me out on Facebook, Twitter, and on my website, brandphoto.com. That's BRANphoto.com.
Yo, DTR, son. Yo, DTR, Brooklyn, New York. I'm just calming down. All right. My name is DTR, Brooklyn, New York. Graffiti artist, graphic designer, body painter, and illustrator. I'm inspired by a lot of cartoons. Like I'm inspired by Invader Zim, like Ren and Stimpy, like all those weird cartoons that you're not supposed to watch when you were a kid, and serial killer movies, and yeah, graffiti. Definitely graffiti. The thing that I really like about graffiti is the fact that you could take wherever you are and just like make it your own, especially like with walls. Like the reason why I started graffiti is to like basically make people happy, which is like the whole concept behind my character, the Clouder. So like it's just a small little cloud, like character inside of a cloud, and like just simple, small, cute, makes people laugh, and that's the whole point of why I do it. I just want to like inspire people to become better than like what they are. Tonight I painted Trigger for the Suffer Club. Came out pretty dope. I don't know why I should be saying that. That's a lie. Like, why would you believe that? Like, what? But anyway, but yeah, like painted that. Before that, I painted Jar Jar and one of the other characters. I forgot her name. Scissors. I painted Scissors. Izzy, it's actually funny. Met her through Craigslist. She wanted me to do one of her first events, but I ended up supposed to do another event, but she sent me a text message, and I went to her event by mistake. And I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here, but you're cool. I'm gonna keep in contact with you. So like through that, we just like ended up just constantly like working together, and like now we're doing like art shows and supposed to be teaching graffiti art classes. So that's coming out pretty well. I can't even tell you that because I really don't even work in studios. I'm usually just like, for the most part, I'm so used to like being around people and whatever like that, because the only time I really draw is when I'm on the train. So like I'm used to people just looking at me and like looking at my artwork. Plus I do body painting. So with people, it's just like, it really doesn't really matter to me, like if you're looking at me or not. Just don't say anything crazy like that would like fuck up my whole chakra. Shouldn't be cursing. Guys, for Ronald McDonald. Sorry, Ronald McDonald. You're a good guy. I like your red and yellow. You can see my work on my website, www.dertism.com. You can also find me on Instagram, dertism. Twitter, same thing. Don't follow me on Twitter. I don't like going on Twitter. I usually just go on Twitter just to curse. Oh, that's my artwork right there. That's shorty right there. Hold on. Let me just give it a little press. Got it?
Letters to Ganesh, and then there's several others in development as well. There's a web series called Mr. and Mrs. Smarts, as well as a children's book that she's been developing. And that is Dr. Pookie and His Missing Thought, and then the movie, the other movie, Angry Movie Guy, which is also a novel that she's doing, which is angrymovieguy.com. You can check that out as well. Shirts for sale. You can go online to Third Culture Creative. That's 3RD Culture Creative, and order yourself one. It's also a part of a couple of the other sites that she's with. But you can go there. You can see some of the merchandise for sale. You can see some of the other projects that she's working on, and get yourself one if you like. So if you're an artist, if you're a musician, and you want to celebrate the power of being either one of them, please come along and get a shirt from us and be a part of everything that's going on.